Yeah.
Good evening, one and all, and welcome to another edition of FTV Sports. It's all about Cop Talk, yeah? I tell you, the hottest channel out there. I'm telling you, the Cop Talk. Each and every week, we are here. So let me introduce you to my panel first. I'm loving that, Mr. Technically Fresh. I like that. Good evening, sir. How you doing? You good?
I'm good, man. Glad to be here, man.
Good. And good evening, sir. Making his debut as well, Mr. Robbo Ranks himself.
Well, I'm good. I'm making a debut on your channel, but I ain't making a debut in conversations with you. We'll talk about the high street conversations, man.
Yeah, you know this already.
You never get shopping done. But yeah, listen, man, it's good to be on, man. We talk a lot of football, so when you said come true, man, I was like, I mean, it's my brethren, man.
Wicked, lovely, love that. Good evening, Mr. Con. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, evening, gents. Evening to everyone.
Good evening. All right, gentlemen, we're going to start off as we do. First off, I want you to run through the team and tell me how you thought each player played today. All right, we'll kick it off. Yeah, we'll kick it off with one of the debutants today. We'll start with Mr. Technically Fresh.
Okay.
How do you reckon our team played today? Go on, run through.
Allison, just 75 million, just well spent, man. Just keeps us going. Great performance. Trent at the beginning, a little bit shaky against Martinelli. I think, took a while to get into the game, but finished the game strong. Showed why, he's that guy in the league at right back. VVD and Matip, I'm gonna put them together because just they're clicking right now. Matip, Premier League player of the month, man of the match today. And it's just good when your other centre back partner is getting man of the match and you've got a world-class centre back playing as well. So that's good. Robbo, quality, up and down. I think he's been possibly our most consistent player in the last 3 years. I don't think he gets the respect that he deserves. Excellent from him. Thiago, first half, not good. Didn't really get into the game. Wasn't really playing a lot of forward passes, but after that assist, just changed the game. Energy change, so good performance. Hendo, I think he was a bit average today. Wasn't great. Just ticked along for me. Fabinho, excellent today. Just does his job, Mr. Consistent.
Standard, yeah.
And then Mane. I wanted something for Mane today. I want Salah's gone. I wanted Mane just to show, listen, I know he might be going, but I'm still here. I'm that guy, but wasn't really too impressed with him today. Defensively, he was good, but going forward, not great. Diaz, not great, but he's a new boy, so we can leave him. It's a big game.
He set himself some high standards.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah. And Jota just as well got his goal. So I say good performance.
Yeah. Okay. So before I get to you, Robert, quickly, I was going to say what you mentioned about Matip. Another thing was that I'm impressed with. He's stayed injury free for quite some time now. They seem to be managing that well, so I'm real pleased with that. And in one of the WhatsApp groups that I'm in, and you mentioned Trent, man was talking about how Martinelli had him on toast.
No,
it's a bit.
No,
I know, man. But
in the first half, 25 maybe, but onwards, I think he was good against Martinelli.
Okay, Robbo. Yeah. Talk to us.
I don't know how they can say anybody had anybody on toast, man. It's a big pitch, the Emirates Stadium. It's their home pitch. Talking about players having anybody on toast, the only person that seemed a little bit had his work cut out was, of course, Trent. Martinelli is a quick boy. He's confident. He's playing at home. They're in form. Well, he went past him once. He got beyond him once, and Matip was there, shored it up. And I think the first half was what you call a professional job. Sometimes you've got to do those professional jobs. You can't go in and blow teams away. If this was Anfield, the game would have been over in the first half. For sure. That game would have been because they wouldn't be playing in the same way. So we got to assess the opposition. Sometimes it takes, as we said earlier before the show starts, it takes 10 minutes, 20 minutes, even 40 minutes, even the first half. You assess the opposition. They're good. They're sitting in fourth place. That's because they're free flowing. But once we stop the flow, we turn the tap off. Game done. Second half, shutout. Moved the midfield up. Hendo, Thiago moved up. And that was it. Game done. Over. Finished. But for me, if I was to rate the players, I'm giving everybody. No one's getting below a 7 anyway. For me, I think man of the match. I would have said same with. I think was it Sky we were watching earlier on? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Somebody said I would have given Matt man of the match because he was untroubled. He was untroubled. But at the same time, you could also look at the goalkeeper's performance. It was just solid. You can still look at VVD because if you watch it back, you'll see all the shouting, all the controlling, all the come here, press that idiot, come here, pull it. He had the game locked. He had it tight. So I don't think there was no player under 7. But yeah, Matt was man of the match. But I'll just say let's start at 7 and we can talk about it throughout the show.
Okay, no problem.
Who's in the 8s, 9s, and 10s? You know what I mean?
Okay. Con, just before I get to you, we're going to say good evening, Mr. Mark Foster. Mark Foster, I tell you, he's with us every week, supports us every single week. And now he's learnt what time it is now. He's got a watch, I think. So he's on time now. Good evening, sir. How you doing? Jay Boss.
Hello, Mark.
Nice to have you on board, sir. He says, yes, Robbo, yes, Artie, big up tech. He says, first half, he thought we were slow. Mark is saying Diaz kept out of the first half. Arsenal did well in that first half. He reckons that Robbo was his man of the match. And Jay Boss is saying, yep, Robbo seems a little in Trent's shadow, but is a jewel in our crown, like the full defense. And Martinelli was good, but no way did he have Trent in his pocket or nothing like that. I fully agree. Con, talk to me.
Yeah, I thought in the first half, with the midfield, we had no drive or nothing. I mean, like it was like if someone told me this last week, we needed Bobby to come on. Bobby coming on that second half because where he dropped deep into midfield and everything, it helped the midfield out. But I think what's his name, Mane had a poor game. Really, I was really shocked that he didn't get taken off really, and they should have left Diaz still out there. But I think we've done well. I think like for the first half, from where we was the first half and how we finished the game the second half, we've done really well. We've done really well actually.
Okay.
I'd give everyone above 7 other than Mane actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Mane.
All right. So you're saying that I'm just gonna say here, but all right. So he wasn't great going forward today, but he did a lot of defensive work. I see him putting some sliding tackles and all sorts today. But also, do you remember he made a good run and did have one that was disallowed for offside. So he had a chance and he finished it. You understand?
Yeah,
so
where was Ben White and Gabriel? They were watching Mane the whole game.
Yeah,
the whole game, and that's what you do. Sometimes you got to do the dog's work. He's playing in the Bobby's role. How many times have we talked about Bobby? And Bobby is a 7 and an 8. It looks on the eye. How many times you see Wijnaldum used to play? It looks like a 7 and an 8 on the eye. But if you watch what they're doing, they're moving those boys around. Mane had them cooking star. He didn't take his chance well, but because how much work he was doing. So by the time that ball was hit over the top by Trent, man's run the whole first half, bro. It's like, look, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but as I said, I don't think anybody deserves anything less than a 7 because he done a job in the first half. He pegged them back. Second half, you saw what happened. They were nowhere to be seen. 2 centre halves, they weren't even there.
I don't think Mane. I've got to disagree. I'm a bit disappointed in Mane. We set high standards for the team.
What was you looking for from Mane?
I was just looking for a little bit of spark, something, he's starting up top. He's in form himself. Salah's not playing. He's our veteran.
Who's the most spark? Who's the most electric player in our front line right now?
Salah.
Diaz.
Diaz, bro. Okay, well,
so what do they do with Diaz? They marshaled Diaz as well. They were the two players they marshaled.
yeah, but I just think offensively, I think in the second half, from like 60 minutes on, I forgot Mane was playing.
I forgot Diaz was playing. I saw.
And he got subbed.
What's his name? Cedric the postman. I saw Cedric the postman hold down Diaz, and you don't see that. So listen. Arteta, he's not a mug. He is a mug, but he's not a mug.
Yeah, but Diaz is new. We can't expect Diaz.
No, but he did a job on our front players in the first half.
Yeah,
you got to realize that
Mane put that work in today, man. I'm not gonna lie, he put that work in. Understand? And I've always looked at it like this: when I'm playing ball, you're not gonna always have a great game doing what you do going forward. So you know what? I've always said to myself, if I'm not having a great game, whoever I'm playing against, whoever I'm marking, he doesn't have a great game then. So that means I do the donkey work. You understand?
That's what I said. Where was Ben White and where was Gabriel?
You're not always have the great touches. It's not always going to come off.
Where were their two centre halves?
I agree. I agree with his defensive work. I'm saying this is a big game. It's our biggest game of our season. Diaz is a new boy right now, so we can't expect him to understand the magnitude of these derbies that we have. Jota hasn't been playing. He's an experienced. He's not. Mane's. He's there, a foundation piece up top, and I just think offensively, what he's there to do, is get goals. Yeah, we can respect the getting up and down, but Oxlade can do that. Running up and down.
I agree with you 100%. He's there to get goals but we play a number 9 for the last 4 years. We ain't been talking about he's there to get goals because Salah and Mane has been banging goals, so he's gone into that role. And you got to respect this work. This is what we see with Firmino all the time. And people take the piss. They say, this man don't score goals. That's work, brethren. The style, what we're playing stylistically, our two players out on the side are there to bring, they come in, they bring the goals. You're supposed to occupy those two centre halves.
He started out on the right, though. He started out on the right. He started playing on the right today. So,
and he got switched over.
Yeah, he started on the right. And
why do you think he got switched over? Why do you think he got switched over?
We made a sub and then we brought on another one. We brought
Salah. Jota weren't making no inroads on Ben White and Gabriel, and Mane did. The moment he got into the middle, what did Trent do? Boom, spin one.
I can't dispute that. I can see that point of view.
Okay, gentlemen. So, do you think at any time in that first half, when you first started watching it and you're looking at the first half, and you saw now we looked like a bit slow and lethargic and that, do you think then that maybe some of them players are tired? Maybe some other players should have started because they've been playing a lot of ball in short spaces of time.
No, we're playing Arsenal. Nothing to worry about. Seriously, he was only playing Arsenal. The worst thing what could happen today was Liverpool drew. Do you know what I mean? We're playing Arsenal. It's only Saka or the guy from Norway who's going to score. They're not a threat. That was the worst result what would have happened today, that we got a draw and then Arsenal fans would have celebrated like they won the Champions League.
I don't know about that, because my thing is this. We were just lucky. I think we were lucky in the first half at the point that they couldn't finish their dinner.
But even if they scored first,
could have been peak.
But even if they scored in the first half, I was confident we would score one. So, like I said, the game would have been a draw. It was only, a draw would have been like a win for them. There was no way they were going to take 3 points off us.
It's easy to say that,
Yeah,
you have to remember things like, you see momentum in games. They carry a lot of weight. You can't just switch it on like a light switch, yeah? So if they were playing better than us and moving the ball better than us and we weren't getting close to the score, if they then score, that gives them a lift. Right, but you clapping?
Someone's on the Walkers, man.
You understand? Are you clapping Walkers crisp or something, bro?
They sound like some heavy Doritos, bro.
Come on.
What's going on?
They sound like firecrackers, man.
What, son, bro?
Man, I beat some gunshot under the Doritos, man.
So like I'm saying, you can't just switch it on like a light switch, man. And if they score, it gives them more momentum.
Yeah.
You have to be wary of these things. You can't
I fully expected it to be a tough game. It's midweek. We played on the weekend. We're playing games in a row. You got to realize we're playing these games every 3 days. We're
Yeah.
playing these games.
Mm-hmm.
You can't look at this game and think, yeah. You see, one of the greatest things about Liverpool in these kind of title games. Some games you're just going to have to win ugly. And
Yeah.
there's some games you take them back to Anfield and you clark man up. You
Mm-hmm.
bruise up man, wicked. But you're going to the Emirates, bro. It's like, this is the most important game we've played with Arsenal in about 6 years.
Yeah.
None of the games we played before, they've been insignificant. From the day Mane scored that goal in his first game when Klopp went to the Emirates, we've not had no big games against Arsenal.
No.
They've just been little playing with, like, it's like playing with a cotton wool, like a cat on a cotton wool. You know what I mean? We've not had no big. This is the most important game, bro. We came out of there with 2 goals.
Yeah, all right.
I don't think anybody's got any complaint tonight. I mean, look, we can discuss individual players because I know Henderson name. I was on Twitter star and I saw the Henderson legs argument and I saw the Thiago legs argument. Bro, their legs are supposed to be hurting. Your legs are supposed to burn up. You're going for the title. We're not Manchester City where we've got 12 midfielders, you know. We've got a certain amount and they all know their job. And if your legs burn after Arsenal game, so be it. You got FA Cup, you rest, you come back in. Our legs supposed to be burning for this Man City game. Blood supposed to be coming out the man with his legs.
Yeah, I think it's a big victory.
It's a massive victory.
You know, we just played Brighton.
To our midfield.
I know. We just played Brighton and we scored 1 goal. We struggled to get through that game,
bro. And
so going away to Arsenal in form, however you want to see it, pressure is pressure.
Yeah.
When it was 70 minutes yesterday at Palace, you could see the pressure, you could see the frustration of Man City's players. So going away to Arsenal, you know, however you want to see it, it's a rivalry. They're playing well, big game, big moment. I just don't see the negatives of the game. I just think.
Can I ask you one question?
Go for it.
Who would swap anybody in Liverpool's front 5? When you watch the game today, who would swap any of the man in front 5 with Jack Grealish for £100 million?
Oh, please.
Now.
I can't believe you asked that, bro.
I wouldn't have taken Grealish for 50 million.
Well, listen, Pep Guardiola's got that problem. He's got Jack Grealish. It costs 100 million. And that man's talking about Sadio Mane, who's the 3rd top striker in the Premier League. Brethren, I don't want you to talk about Mane.
No, so we'll talk about today. We'll talk about a game basis.
Yeah,
so
no, 100%.
We're not talking about the totality.
No, I'm saying
I know, but I'm saying, no, I get you.
All right, gentlemen, we are going to address some more of the panel. Right, so question I was going to ask, and I'm going to bring it out from J Boss as well. He's saying he's not going to lie. He wasn't. He's a little unsure about Firmino coming on for Jota, but in Klopp he trusts. Now, what did you lot think about him taking off Jota just after he'd scored? What was your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that I think he had to do it. It was going up. We all knew it. I just thought for the team, he had to carry on with it. I think it was the right thing to do.
Didn't he have that kind of decision already planned that he was going to take off?
Made before the goal went on,
before he scored, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
So Jota came back from an injury. He hasn't had many full games. Mane, you need to keep Mane. Salah, you need to get Salah. You have to keep that guy ticking over because that can score at any time. So, I would, if I was the player, I'd feel away getting taken off after slapping one in. But that's Klopp. That's what he, that's his headache and seniority, bro. I don't think as much as Jota has turned out to be one of our big game players, there's seniority. Salah's sitting there and you have, bro. I want, listen. That's what he gets paid the big bucks for. But when I see Klopp make some decisions like taking off players, I do feel it. I felt it for Mane many times. I felt it for Salah the other day. Even though he was injured, I knew he didn't want to come off the pitch. You know what I mean? But that's what you get paid. That's what you get paid the big bucks for. And look,
for real,
the man brings on Bobby, and Bobby does what Bobby does.
Technically fresh. What do you think? What do you think?
Scores.
I think it's a team game. You know, I like the fact that Klopp's stuck to his guns. You know, you can't just start raising subs, and then what you're going to tell the player that you're bringing on who's trying to come on and affect the game. You got to go and sit down. So I think for the team, he had to take him up. But equally, I'm happy to see Jota angry about going off. I want our guys to be livid about going off.
No one should be happy about being taken off
in these big games. So that's a good reaction for me. That shows me that, you know, he's engaged and he's trying to do his best for the team. So I thought it was fair. Firmino came on and scored. You know, if he had played terribly, then maybe we would have more of a point.
Different discussion, yeah.
He came on, scored, and affected the game. We looked a lot more fluid. We could hold the ball up there. You know, he was bringing players in. His work rate. I think he had a great performance.
Okay, so Mr. MC Marvelous, big up yourself, bro. He's normally here with us, but couldn't be here today. But he's saying, professional performance by the Reds. Well done. Mark Foster's saying he's been disappointed with Mane for a while now. He just keeps giving the ball away. Henderson is definitely on the way out. Them legs have definitely gone. Big shouts goes out to Mr. Amonde Juma. Big shouts, man. He's one of our FTB sports panelists on Man United Agenda. And he says, big up the panel. Credit to the Greenbags, but you clear of these fools. Thank you for halting their top 4 ambitions. We ain't doing nothing to help you lot, yeah. We're just helping ourselves. Remember that,
Is a Monday Man United?
Yeah, he's Man United.
Yeah.
Big up on Monday. He comes on our channel. I didn't know he was Man United on Monday. I thought he was clearly Liverpool. Big up yourself, bro.
And we're saying that well, I'd write, since coming back from the AFCON, Mane hasn't managed to power up the levels. We know he has. Jota needed the goal, but I would still have brought him off, as I think the front three was not working. But I would have left Diaz on and taken Mane off with Jota. Okay. So what I will ask from that as well, we've been talking previously, I don't know, technically fresh, I don't know if you've been watching. Robert, I know you haven't, but Konaz, there's been a lot of transfer talk about players we might be getting in and players who are going to go. And there's been a lot of talk about Bobby going. All right. So sorry, Con, because these two are new and I need to get their views.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
What's your thoughts? Because I've had your views, we've had our views. What's your thoughts on Bobby? Should he go or should he stay?
I want to keep Bobby.
Go technical.
I want to keep him. As long as I think as Klopp defines his role and he understands what he's coming back next year to do, and he's not going to be kicking up a stink to be starting here and there, and Klopp knows how to use him. I think, you know, he can play a role coming off the bench, not consistently starting 5, 6, 7 games, but coming off the bench, starting games here and there, coming on in important moments. He's a foundation piece of this latest dynasty that we've started. So, you know, I don't see the negatives of bringing him back. I don't think he's going to be demanding 350,000 a week. He might even take less money to come back. So I think we keep him.
Okay, Rob.
I'm not too sure on his contract situation. Is he down to like his last year?
He's I think next year is his last year. Yeah, I think next year is his last year.
I don't see no reason for Bobby going anywhere. I think you can see Bobby's already accepted his role in the squad. Look, man, come on, he score. He run to the crowd. He's like, I'm buzzing. I'm just Bobby Dazzler. I just come on and do my thing. You know, man. I don't think there's any reason to get rid of Bobby unless Liverpool make a decision nice and early. Like, look, there's somebody that we could possibly go for, and if obviously losing Bobby, getting rid of, selling Bobby on his last year, brings in some money. They're obviously losing. He's on Champions League money. He's on good money. He's good Champions League money. But if you look at what the only questionable move I've seen in the last few years was Wijnaldum. I don't understand really how that got to where it got to. I think there's a lot that was going on under the Ducks' feet. You know what I mean? The water with Wijnaldum's situation. But I don't see Liverpool having any reason to get rid of Bob. Bob for what? What you can get rid of him for?
Yeah,
he's one of the top. He's a top footballer, a top striker, and you got this man, and you see when the man come on, he scores a goal. He's the happiest man, and it's the same with even Origi. I ain't hearing this talk about Origi. Look, there was a chance where Liverpool could strengthen their front line. The players wasn't available. If you had sold Origi and you got 16, 17 million for Origi, of course, that could go to a Diaz or a next new player. But it didn't happen. So are the players kicking up stink to be in the squad? No. Listen, Origi's not even getting a game. When this man comes on, this man shoots and score. But if you find that the players are unhappy and they want to go, that's totally different. That's why I said with the Wijnaldum situation, as a Liverpool fan, I don't think none of us really know what's happened there. But
Robbo, it's not more so Bobby wanting to go, you know. It's a lot more of Barcelona that actually is talking about they want him.
But
that's
even if he
was.
Look at Barcelona's team, he'd be doing the same role.
16 million.
He's not starting at Barcelona. He's not starting.
But Robbo, how many people turned down Barcelona? I know they're not the Barcelona of 10, 12 years ago, but how many players turned down Barcelona?
And not just players, listen. Brazilian and Spanish. How many Brazilian players turned them down?
I think Barcelona have lost a lot of sheen and shine.
100%.
Who have they attracted? They're getting the Oba. They're buying guys like Oba and Depay, guys on the back end of their careers.
Bobby's not going. Bobby's going to leave Liverpool to go to Barcelona. To do what? The man can go pick up medals.
Rebuild job.
Look, here he can pick up. Look. It's a swimming medal for my daughter. He can pick up these. Are you going to Barcelona to go do what? To pick up doo-doo? Come on, bro. Wow. The man ain't leaving. That unless Liverpool make it their decision and they say, look, and you know, they make these business decisions, they shuffle their money around. Why would even Klopp even entertain the conversation? Why would he? Look what the man done today.
This is it.
This
is it. But what they talk about is Klopp being one of those ones that when players get the 29, 30 age, about renewing them.
I hate that.
Yeah.
But bro, look what he's done.
No, I don't like it.
Look what he's done. Boom. Luis Diaz, Jota. Come on, brother.
I got to see.
It's proof that the man knows how to renew. Let's not get caught in this. What happened at Dortmund? Dortmund's a different machine. This is Liverpool. It's a big club. Any player Liverpool put their foot down right now for they get. So I don't think that Klopp is sitting there thinking, you know, I got to keep James Milner. He's keeping James Milner for one reason and one reason only: discipline. In-game management, being in players' ear. A man's on the phone, chatting away on the phone. Yeah, James Milner. Put out that blood clot. That's what you keep them players for. Yeah. They're not sexy footballers. They keep they keep winning teams winning.
I would actually like to see him be part of the coaching staff.
I think he's definitely going to be, unless it's going to be down to him. I can't see him going and playing football in the Championship, battling at 37 years old. I can't see him getting a role in any of the top 16 teams in the league. Where would he go? He could stay there. What he's doing is a job for Klopp. We don't see those things, but you know, when you see the preseason training and you see Milner running harder, everybody's like, yeah, man, Milner runs harder. You know what he's doing? He's making the other players know this is what you do to be a top professional. When you watch that, that's not what you do with, I'm doing it because I want to be fit as a butcher's dog. I'm doing it to show you idiots, this is how you get on when you're a top player. That's why he's there. So those reasons why these guys are there. Listen, we have our own opinion. We don't really know what goes on. But I can only imagine me going to work and there's a man there who's seen it, done it all, and he's still competing with me in training. He's still competing with me fitness-wise.
And he's got 10 years on me.
And then when he talks to me, he slaps me in my face like what he did to the Timikas. Bye! Don't do that again. Bro, that's what you need in your team. You don't get rid of those players. But maybe his money now, the conversation about his contract money, yeah, you're playing less football, you get lost money. And I think that would be the same with Bobby Firmino.
Yeah, but he's meant to be getting another year, and Klopp's giving him another year. You know what I mean?
He deserves a new year.
I think the only thing with Bobby, I'll tell you what would be a problem for us and Bobby. Bobby doesn't get in the Brazilian team.
He probably won't.
And that's your problem. That's the only thing. Those guys have... that's their extra food. That's their extra niceness. It's like, I want to go off and play for Brazil. And if I'm not featured, I'm not playing for Brazil. Man comes on against Inter, book goal. Man comes on against Arsenal, book. He's going on the plane. He's playing for Brazil. End of. Don't see what's the problem.
Okay, on Monday, he says our squad is deep. He says you guys are so good right now. City will be worried. He said he did predict that Klopp would not be able to transform this squad, but look like he's honest. He's done this. You know that what there was one downside to this game. I've got 2 Arsenal defenders in my fantasy team. That's J-Boss.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. Why would you do that, bro?
No, Gabriel was picking up some points, bro.
Mark Foster, he says, if Bobby stays, then we've got Minamino, Bobby, Origi on the bench. It's all about Salah. If he goes, then who the hell do we replace him with? And I said this before, we need 2 new midfielders to play with Firmino. Oh, I'm going to stop there.
I think
if Salah goes, I think we get in Salah goes, we get in Mbappe. That's what we should do.
No, we're not getting
no. We can't afford that.
If Salah goes, Mbappe would be going, why am I coming here? You can't even pay the best striker in the world later.
He's on 800.
No.
What
we have to remember is we might give Mbappe more money because he's young. They're not. Why would you want to give? You don't want to give that guy that contract and he's like 30.
But you give this man. Listen, all right. So you give this man this money. He's never played in the Premier League. He's never had that physical that combativeness that you have with the Premier League, and you're gonna go give this man just on a whim, just give this man £600,000-700,000 a week. No chance.
He'd be more than that. Going on a free, he should be on about 700 to 800 grand.
I'm giving Mbappe every penny. I'm giving Mbappe every penny.
Yeah, but
21 years old. 21 years old.
Yeah, but
we're signing him. But remember, we're signing him on a free, so we can sell him. No, but I'm not.
Yeah, but on a free,
we're doing hypotheticals.
Yeah,
here.
but his wages is going to be that money.
Yeah, I know that, but I would take him. But I would take João Felix, the Atletico Madrid guy. Yeah.
I like that Uruguayan that played for Benfica. What's his name? The one who put out the Uruguayan last night that played.
Nunes.
Is it Nunes?
Nunes.
The striker.
Yeah.
I like him.
Nunes.
I think he's a Diaz part 2. I think he's just the same as Diaz.
He's dirty, man. He's filthy.
We need.
He's Uruguayan.
We get Mbappe and Bellingham and everybody dead.
I don't think we're gonna get them.
Where would you play Mbappe? Because Mbappe would have to play out in the position where Diaz plays.
In the middle.
No, I play him in the middle. Yeah, I play him in the middle.
But he doesn't want to play in the middle.
Play him in the middle, man.
But he doesn't play in the middle.
I don't think Mbappe's a realistic target.
Do you know what? Do you think? Can I ask you a quick question? Do you think Salah would go to Man City?
Yes.
If they're going to give him the money,
yes.
Hell yes.
I think he would.
This is his last big contract, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So
it's food. All he's thinking about right now is food.
Yeah, at 30, hell yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We should be signing him. We should be giving him that money. We should be paying him.
Yeah, but
what is that money?
All right, so we give him that money. Then Virgil, best centre half in the world, he wants more money. Alisson, up there, definitely one of the best keepers in the world. He's going to want more money.
They've signed the new deals. They've all signed to 2025.
But hear what? They start to get upset. Brings unrest in the dressing room.
I'm just saying to you, you cannot.
And Liverpool are running themselves like a business. Now they're running smart. That's what they're thinking about.
I would pay him. I would pay him up to what you can pay him, and if you can't, if Salah
was 26 or so, I reckon we'd give him like 450. I reckon we. It's the age.
All right, then. Okay, Arti, but when Bobby was there before, so when Liverpool signed Salah and Mane, do you think they were on the same money as Bobby, more or less, or the same?
They were on less, probably.
They might have been on.
I think Salah might have been on more.
Salah might have been on more, but
Bobby signed for more, didn't he? Bobby signed for more money than 30 million.
No, Bobby signed for 27.
Yeah, 27.
27 million.
Now I'm talking how much wages he was getting. They were getting.
Salah would have gone in.
Salah would be getting more. Mane was getting less.
Yeah, Mane was getting.
So I don't think it would bring unrest, the wages in the changing room.
You got to pay the piper. You've got to pay your best players. Nothing is guaranteed in football. Look at all these Coutinhos, Dembeles, these big transfers. big players that have been brought that haven't panned out. This guy has consistently scored 20 goals. He has not had, even last year where he had a bad season, in his whole year, he still scored 22 goals or whatever he scored. Can you guarantee going with a 25-year-old player for 5 years is going to be able to capitalize what we have in this moment? We've got another 2 or 3 years with this team potentially to go on and win 3-4 championships. And you don't want to pay the guy, but you want to spend it on players that might not pan out. I'm going with the real
100. You're 100%. And they like their lesson after Sterling.
I've never heard Liverpool come out with the conversation that they want to give it to somebody else. I think they are happy. Who wouldn't be happy having Salah in their team? They want Salah to stay. They're cutting their cloth accordingly. This is what we have. Look, he'd probably be on the same money as, I think, probably Harry Kane. You got judging by what's in the Premier League, you know. Let's forget about what's overseas. And I don't think Salah's direction is overseas, or he would have muted that before. He would be looking to agitate to move. And would Real Madrid replace their French forward for Salah?
Benzema.
You can play with him though. They play in different positions.
Yeah.
Listen. I think Real Madrid, the type of club they are, the Galacticos styles of signing, Mbappe suits them, and that's where he's going to end up.
Because he's got the pretty face.
Yeah, it's a
like Robert marketing. Yeah, I believe what Robbo's saying. Yeah, Salah don't suit that pretty boy image.
Nah. He does though. I disagree. I think Salah, he's doing Gillette adverts now. You know,
he's got beard, bro. He's got
listen, I'm telling you. You fly to Germany, you fly to France. He's in the adverts over there. Just because we don't see him in adverts in the UK, this guy's got deals all around the world. So in Indonesia and these places,
I can't see him doing Gillette though.
No, what in Egypt? Their version of it. It's not Sterling and them, man, but he's got their version of it. So,
J Boss, he says that Bobby needs to stay, says he loves that brother. Mark Foster saying Barcelona wants Salah at 65 million. And J Boss is saying 65 million should only be the deposit. Saying Google it.
How can you say
Got joking. Everybody press that like button and share. Don't forget like and share.
Yo, we sold Luis Suarez at 20, was he 27, 28? For 79 or is it under 80 million pounds to Barcelona? How can you talk about?
Yes, just under 80 million. Yeah.
How can you sell Salah for 65 million? Corona or no Corona, he's worth more than that, and he would score more goals than what Luis Suarez would score at Barcelona.
Okay, all right then. So when does Liverpool decide what they're going to do? Say they can't reach an agreement come August.
They have to decide by the end of the season.
I think they're deciding the next month or two.
It's got to be done soon. Yeah. And apparently, what's causing all the fuss is his agent is the one who's pushing. Salah is happy at Liverpool. He wants to stay at Liverpool.
Hey, do you know when they say it's the agent?
It's the agent.
It's the agent. It's the man.
It's Salah.
No man can speak for me.
Exactly like Robbo says, because his agent's taking the mick.
Yeah.
His agent's taking the mick. Salah's not telling his agent not to do laughing emojis and all that. It's Salah telling his agent to do that.
100%. Bro, listen.
I see it as
I know you guys are. I know you guys are good little Christian guys. Yeah. How many of you went to court? And then when you go to court, the solicitor says, "Boy, I can say this," and you say, "Hey, brethren, don't say that. Don't say what I tell you if you say." And he pretties up your talk and goes to the judge and say, "Yeah, well, you know, Mr. Article is that's what your agent's there to do. He's only prettying up your talk, man. That's Salah, bro. Salah's agitating. Salah wants the money."
Yeah, but these agents will also stoke the fire and say, "Listen, I can get you a better deal than that, man. You are the
stupid
top boy."
Agent does that.
Come on.
Yeah, you know what agents shouldn't do? An agent shouldn't be involved in the media. If I'm cutting a deal, I don't want the media to know my business. Mm-hmm. So that is a stupid agent, and that's why
2022. This is the internet era.
It's social media.
Listen, that's social media. I 100%. I understand, But the social media is not going to work your business. Your business is this, bro. It's your business acumen. It's how you do your business.
Listen, this is how they leverage. They
and what
use
happens
these
to those?
tweets.
Okay, yo, but what happens to those agents who put themselves out in the media? They get chewed up after a while. Make one bad deal and you're done.
Well, they're there to get money for their players. They don't care about what people think about them. And my view of this situation is this is business. Salah's supposed to go and get the most money he can. He's earned the money. If it
Let
was,
me ask you something.
Yeah.
You're going to court, as I said, and the idiot solicitor starts putting laughing emojis on the Twitter. Do you think that's what you're paying your agent to do?
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying to you that football fans and sport fans, we tend to side with the club. So what the club say, if the club say, "Oh, Salah's being, childish," and
They didn't
most
say
people
that though.
no, but I'm just saying to you,
hypothetically,
there's a possibility that Liverpool been doing some petty. No, I'm just saying, yeah. There's a possibility that Liverpool could become. I've heard that Liverpool been coming with some silly offers, and just not being serious at the table. But they keep saying, "Oh, it's on Mo's table." Clearly not, because if he was happy, he would have taken a deal. So I think Salah's gonna do what he's got to do to get his money that he has earned. When a man earns his money, yeah, he has the right to try and get his money as best as he can. Coutinho left how he wanted to leave. Torres left. It's the business of football, whether we respect it or not.
Listen, if you're talking about millions, if my agent is doing shit on Twitter, he's not a good agent. I'm old school.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, go and look at Viola. Viola, he's all over the place. Have you seen?
And why is Vioola's players always in a mess? Look what they're doing to Pogba. Think about Pogba's mental health, bro. Think about Pogba's mental health when Raiola is acting like an arsehole with him. Think about what happened. Hang on. Let's put the money to one side. This man gets vilified, not only by people that don't like Raiola, by Man United fans. He has to go and take that every week. And you're telling me that's good for him as a player? Money.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't want them man as my agent.
Can I ask you a question? Whose choice was it to go with Raiola? Well, this is Raiola's first merry-go-round. Yeah. Everyone knows what Raiola's about. The reason why Pogba has gone with him, because he gets the highest wages. Yeah,
great.
He's had to make a decision as a man. Yeah, it's not his first agent. This is his second or third agent. He made the decision. I want to get paid the most, and this is the guy that I need to go to. So he must understand, if you're going to be being represented by this man, there's a possibility that this man is going to do things that you might not agree with, but it's going to get me money. If he doesn't like it, why hasn't he sacked him?
Okay, listen. At the end of the day, yeah, because maybe my man's motivated by money. But listen, as a footballer like Paul Pogba, a player with the skill sets like him, bro, I wouldn't be fooling around with a man just because he can get me the most money. This is a World Cup winner. What has he done in 6 years? Nothing. Because of an agent. Bro, come on, man. Big man team.
Right, Mark is saying the problem is Liverpool won't pay high wages, full stop. FSG have never done that. Mark Foster is saying Anthony for Ajax for 30 million. Anthony from Ajax, I'll have to look him up. He's saying Mane's still on 100 grand a week. I thought he was on 150 myself. Sancho for United is on 275 grand a week. We've only scored 4 goals.
What? He's on that much?
Here we go.
No, he is. So he's on 265 grand a week.
No, I'm shocked he's on that much. I'm shocked he's on that much.
But what are you shocked about? When it's put out that you're on that amount of money and you only scored 4 goals a week, do you think this guy goes home after a Man United game and feels good?
It's his first season, man. Come on, man.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's what Manchester United, when you go for these glittering contracts and all of that stuff and win nothing. That's what's eating Paul Pogba right now. The man don't know where to grow his hair, shave his hair, turn Rasta, man. He's confused. And he doesn't even know where to put the ball most of the times on the pitch for Man United. So come on, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying about money.
Salah's in a good place. Listen, Salah's in a good place. And if Liverpool, at the end of the day, let's just face it, bro. If Liverpool can't afford to pay the man, what else is left to do? You have to let the man walk.
You shot him, man. You shot him, innit? 110 mil. We'll take the 110 mil.
You just sell him. Listen, I don't want Salah to go.
810 mil. Listen,
if my pay structure,
technically Fresh is shaking his head, but listen, I always live by this mantra. Yeah, no one is bigger than the club, and we was surviving before he got there, and we'll survive after he's gone.
There you go.
We'll find somebody else. It might take a bit of time, whatever, but we'll find somebody else. Simple as
100%.
that.
I don't want him to go.
Simple as that.
Salads don't go on.
To be
Salads
honest,
don't
like
go
I
on
said,
trees.
if at 30, I'd have to hold my hands up. You know what? All right, fair enough. I don't want him to go, but fair enough. If he was younger, then I'd more say, yeah, let's fight to keep him.
Look at what when Ramos left Real Madrid. Did you think the fans wanted Ramos to leave Real Madrid?
Ramos is like 36, man. Come
No,
on,
but
man.
another thing as well, like you said about Ronaldo. Yeah,
no, but he's an icon.
The grass ain't always green on the other side. Coutinho left, he never had a good time. Look at Ronaldo now. He's not having a great time.
He's apparently going to Aston Villa, right?
But I thought that was bad business on our part. I didn't like the club for what they've done to Ronaldo.
But we don't know. Listen, we don't really know. I mean, Ronaldo said when he left, in time you will know what happened. So we don't know. I would like to think that Liverpool done their best to keep him. I would like to think.
No, I don't think we did.
To be honest, Liverpool when he left Liverpool, you're up against PSG. They could just throw any figures, anything what Liverpool offered, they could offer 50 grand more. So Liverpool was always on a lose-lose.
They came in after Barcelona. They came in, and the money that Barcelona offered him, he was like, nah, I don't want that. And PSG goes, what? You want some money? Boom, and it's that money. And he cut, and he went straight. He was supposed to go, we all know
Barcelona.
It was Barcelona he was heading for.
Yeah.
And as soon as the money, ka-ching, the man said, what? You're going to give me that?
Because you remember,
200 grand.
What's his name? Koeman was in charge then.
Yeah.
His old Dutch compadre. And he wanted him. That's right.
So that was his last big payday.
Robbo, I got one for you. Jay Boss says, I disagree with you, Robbo. He says, with Salah, he says the agents, he says business is never personal, it's strictly business.
Okay, so then why did the laughing emoji comes in if it's business? Is that? Are you honestly telling me that's the name of the game for agents? Go on Twitter and do laughing emojis.
What it does, it stirs up controversy. It gets people talking about.
It's not good for the player. The player's the one that it affects at the end of the day.
I'm saying to you, he's getting paid by the player. We need to take these guys as men. Yeah, they're men. Yeah, they're very rich men. They have to make a decision. If they want a quiet agent, I guarantee some of those quieter agents do not get the fees. No, some of these louder. I'm not saying all of them.
I would disagree with you, bro.
I'm not. This is my opinion, but I'm saying to you that not all of the agents get the same money. However, you want to go. If you go and look at Raiola's books, he has got probably 10 of the best players in the world on his books. Yeah, they're making money. However they decide to make their money, that's on them. It's some of the stuff that they do childish and immature. Yes, yeah, but a player wants his agent to get him the most money, and if he gets Salah for 150,000, Salah's not going to be going to him going, "You shouldn't have sent those emojis." He's going to be hugging him, taking his hand, buying him a car, and then they're going to be laughing into the sunset.
I know. I think Stokes up fight.
If I wanted somebody to do all of that singing and dancing on social media, I'll just hire somebody to do PR for me. It's very simple. It's 2022. You can get an agency to get and do your business for you. My agent does agent work, brethren. My booking agent's booking me events to go and DJ on, and he's Robbo's not on that festival. And put laughing emoji. I'll slap him. You're making me look bad. You make me look childish. I'm just saying that's how I think it is.
How both of you put it, like I think it's like maybe it's a generation thing where Robbo sees it as being unprofessional and fresh. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
And fresh sees it as it's being professional. So I think it's a generation thing.
Not being professional. Fresh is saying he's being smart. This is what Stokes up fight, Stokes up conversation.
No, I'm just saying to you,
modern people. You know what that builds? That creates pressure on the club basically because everyone's talking about it now. Why is he not getting the money? Blah blah blah. You understand? That's what he's doing.
But don't you think that was disrespectful to Liverpool though?
Yeah, of course
and that's my club.
Of course,
it's my club.
And they're paying him Liverpool paying Salah. I thought that was disrespectful
It's the game. So
for the agent to do that.
Gerrard was gonna leave us to go to Chelsea. Yeah, he was ready to pack up and go. It's the game. He came back.
Hey,
We
if you don't,
forgave the guy.
No. There's more to that
I
story with
know
Gerrard.
that.
Anyway,
Someone paid him a visit, mate.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
to you, whatever you want to say, this is the point I'm making. But he made a gesture to go to Chelsea, one of our arch rivals. That's the business of the game.
let me ask you something. Because this is a generation thing. All right, let's talk about now generation again. When Raheem Sterling's agent decided to go to the media and yap, and Raheem Sterling left and got all this great big contract and went to Man City when he's won leagues and everything. Personally, let's put one thing to one side. He's a black youth, so you know he's gonna get backlash as a black man still. But did you like the way that business was conducted for Sterling and the way he left Liverpool to go to Manchester City?
No.
This is why when people ask me when I'm back, I say no.
I like Sterling.
We shouldn't have that. We shouldn't have that. At the end of the day, we all know. All of us in the room knew he went for the money. Good luck to the youth. Feed your family. Great. But it's the way it's done. It's not. It doesn't do no good for him. He comes back to Anfield. They boo him.
Can I ask you a question now? If we're talking about like that, then why did he have to go to those lengths to get out of the club? Yeah,
listen,
I think
it could still be done. It could still be done.
I'm just giving you playing devil's advocate here. Yeah,
hang on. It's not.
You keep talking about the individual and not Liverpool as a club. We don't know how they conduct business. We don't know what offers that they offer players. True. We don't know if Sterling might have gone to the club a couple of times and said, "Look, I don't think the club's going anywhere. I want Man City interested. Let me go to Man City and try to do it amicably." We don't know if Liverpool said, "We're not selling you. You're not going anywhere." Yada yada yada. But automatically, when the players do this, I'm not saying it's always professional, but we always criticize and get at the players where some of these clubs have sold players that we didn't want to leave. We didn't want Wijnaldum to leave. The club made that decision. Yeah, I don't think it was a good decision. Some of the other things the club has done, we don't really hold them accountable to how we hold individuals in control of their own destiny and their own careers. They don't owe us anything. They worked hard to get there.
See with Sterling. I felt like with Sterling, Liverpool took the mick. They can't.
Con, you're on dial-up again, mate.
Sorry. Can you hear me? Someone called me.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, Con, go on.
Hey.
God, man.
Sterling's agent's calling him.
Why are you bringing me into this? Why are you bringing me into this?
So, listen. Boss is saying, yes, the emoji is still business. This is a strategy. Mark Foster's saying, has Ramos played a game for PSG yet? And a question for the panel. Mark Foster saying, what do you think Salah's wage should be?
I'm not even sure what the offer is. I'm not sure where he's at. I'm sure he was in the 200,000 marks.
He is now,
and he's looking for it to double. That's what. And then he turned around and said, "Listen, I'm not asking for crazy money. So if it doubled, you'd be talking about 500,000." He said, "I'm not asking for crazy money." So that clearly means he doesn't want double the money. But it sounded as if it sounded out like it was double.
But no, the question is, what do we as the panel think he should get?
To be, that's a very subjective question, because technically Fresh said just give him the money. For me, I'm like, I look at players and I see what they do on the pitch, and even now, I'm old school. How the Rossi I get a man £500,000 a week? Yeah, I'm old school.
You're not winning no trophies. You're not winning any trophies. You're not winning trophies.
It's today's climate.
Yeah, but if you
don't, you're not going to keep up with the Jones.
Okay,
that's West Ham and Aston Villa.
Listen, if you're earning the money, that's where I'm old school. If me not have it, I can't give you. And if Liverpool don't have it, what can they give him?
They can.
When you watch the NBA basketballers earning that kind of money, because they have it. When you see the Saudis giving you that money, because they have it. If you don't have it, then you got to listen. I'm old school. Then you have to settle. You don't have it, you have to sell him.
No, No,
Where do you get the money
I
from?
disagree. We got them. When people say they don't have the money, that's fine.
Who said he wants 300 grand a week? I think Liverpool would give him 300 grand a week.
If Pogba's on 350,000 and Ronaldo's on 500,000,
let's not look at those players. Let's talk about our own players.
No, but you
Hold
have
on,
to
hold on. Let's hear fresh.
You have to compare your market to the current players that are getting paid money and what they're doing. Yeah, Pogba's a top pro. He's on 350k. Whether you think that's he deserves it or not, he's there. And Ronaldo, who's a worldwide superstar, is on 500k. So I'm saying in between that, yeah, to be the one of the top 3 highest paid players in the league, I don't think you can complain that Ronaldo's getting paid more than him and why he's getting that money. So about 400,000 a week.
Worth it.
400. No, but I'm just saying Ronaldo's comes with the commercial side, the TV and the shirt signing. So there's a lot more that comes with Ronaldo's wages. I think 400k, yeah, if you want a top player in this league, the Lewandowskis, the Haalands, the Mbappes, all these top players, you know, you can't keep buying Manes and finding these Manes in Southampton and all these clubs forever. Sometimes you got to stick with the commodity. I'm giving them the 400k.
No, 100%. I agree with. Listen, I agree with you.
Okay. I'd say
I'll agree with that.
No, that figure kind of works for me because when you talk about it, it's true. Ronaldo's on that. Even De Bruyne is on 375.
Yeah.
You understand them?
No,
kind
but
of
I can agree with that. But I'm saying if you don't have it, what do you do? Because they're not saying we don't want to pay him. They're telling you this is our ceiling, and what he's asking the club to do is break the ceiling, break the wage structure, and which now you land yourself in the same problem that Manchester United are in. They got these players on these crazy money. They need to sort out a squad. They need to sort out a back room. They need to sort out coaches. They need to fix up Carrington. How's all these things going to happen if you're paying man 450 grand a week and Pogba's deal they put on the table isn't it £400,000 a week? Good luck to that, bro.
As I said, you know, a manager once said, "I'm going to treat you all equal, but not the same." Yeah, there's certain players that are not the same. Yeah, VVD can ask for that big money, fine. Mane isn't. No one's giving Mane 400k. Alisson, okay, he's not going to be getting 400k. So in our squad right now, I don't think there's anyone in the squad that in 2 years is going to be demanding 500k. Maybe Van Dijk is the only player.
Nah, but he's not. What do you mean? Van Dijk's 29, 30.
Yeah, exactly. So if he's not getting that money, then look at our squad. Who in our squad is going to be kicking up a stink going, how's a guy that scored 150 goals for us in 5 years getting paid this? Can Bobby say, why is he getting paid that? Can Jota say, why is he on 400k?
All right. Well, is it a case? Let's just put it out there. Is it a case Liverpool don't want to pay that money?
Yeah, we don't.
They don't want to pay it.
That's it.
To me, it's
so as a fan, you have to accept it. Your club don't want to pay that money. What are you going to do?
J Boss, my man, he's saying my man would not have been representing Salah if he was a dickhead. I believe everything they do is calculated. Very true.
Listen.
Very
From
true.
you press send on a tweet, it's calculated. Everything is calculated. Everything you open your mouth is calculated. That's great. It's all calculated.
And
we ain't talking about if it's calculated.
Mark Foster thinks that Salah's greedy,
and that's what you get. Listen, you're gonna get an opinion of the fan.
You got to stop. People's got to stop listening to the club. See, like Raheem Sterling. What I was saying before I got cut off. Raheem Sterling finished second in the league. Now Liverpool should have gave him a contract from the January. We waited when he went to the World Cup. He was the lowest paid player in the World Cup, in the starting 11, in that squad. Whatever he asked for, Liverpool's put out that Raheem Sterling's being greedy. Jamie Carragher's coming on and said, forget Raheem Sterling, sell him. We got Jordan Ibe. Do you know what I mean? So I think some of the club as well, they do what they do. They're not as innocent as we think, you know. Because Raheem Sterling should have got that money.
Thank you. We didn't want to pay him. We went to someone to get paid.
Okay, listen. I listen. I've never once said that the man them shouldn't get. If a man can give you the money and there's someone willing to pay you your money that you asked for, go where you can get your money. But this is what's fantastic about these conversations that we're having right now, Cop Talk. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, a lot of things wasn't leaked to social media. Now, as technically Fresh said, there's agents now looking at it and going, "Whoa, I could rumble a club by tweeting." When Raheem Sterling time, his agent didn't tweet. Was it Mendy?
Mendy, yeah.
Yeah, he was talking to his friends in the newspaper. You don't need a newspaper. You just do 5 laughing emojis and everybody's talking about Salah. It doesn't get to, it still doesn't deal with the fact of the matter that the decision is down to the player and the club. And that is something that is private until the club reveals how much the players earn. So social media is a wonderful place because we're having this conversation. And maybe when the Raheem Sterling situation happened, if more people were talking about the contract situation, maybe Liverpool would have fixed up and paid him his money. And Sterling should have been still at Liverpool. Because that was one player. Forget all of the Wijnaldum. That was one player I felt this, you know what, I was so gutted when Nat Youth left Liverpool. That was the player I wanted to be at Liverpool.
But Robert, let me ask you this question, yeah? And fixing it with the point that I'm trying to make. We didn't feel Sterling was worth the money that he wanted to stay at Liverpool. Yeah.
True. We
thought we're not going to pay him. We've got Jordan Ibe here. Yeah. Look at what Sterling's gone on to do. This is exactly what could happen with Salah. Yes, sometimes you've got to spend money to make money, right? Sometimes you've got to save money to make money. I'm saying with this player that we've got if he's going to go to the Premier League Hall of Fame, Salah's going to the Premier League Hall of Fame. He's not.
100.
Exactly. So I'm saying to you, this is a Hall of Famer. This is Thierry Henry level, Drogba level standards. He's 30 years old. He keeps himself in shape. He don't drink. He don't smoke. He's not out partying. So yeah, he's 30 years old. But look at Ronaldo. If you look after yourself now in this era, you can play quality football into your late 30s and still be considered a top player. So 30 now isn't what 30 was 5 or 10 years ago.
Remember, I'm old school.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm just trying to give you a new school flavor, yeah? A new vision, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so, you have to calculate 30 is actually not an old age. Lewandowski's in his 30s. He's up there, balling.
What a player.
Yeah, come on, man. Germany's not all that, bruv.
I'm saying to you, there's not a lot of 3-year-old in Germany I've seen doing what he's doing. So I'm just saying to you, older players in their 30s are still performing in all kinds of sports right now. Tom Brady's coming back to the NFL. He's 44 years old. There's no rules now in this game of sports. So pay him now. We can go and buy all these little players that aren't going to do what he's going to do, and we're going to be regretting it for the rest of our lives.
We don't, but we don't know. We don't know. We listen. We can only go by what is the information that we have now. He's been offered a contract. He doesn't want to sign the contract. It's not what he wants. Does anybody know what he wants? Apart from his agent, his agent's got nifty fingers. That's about it.
We are gonna wrap this up and move on. But before we wrap this up, I'm just gonna quickly ask you: next game Sunday, Forest away. What's the results for Forest away, man?
It's gonna be a tough game.
Depends. It depends. It's gonna be a tough game. Depends what he's gonna do. Is he gonna play Alisson? Is he gonna play Gomez? What is he gonna do with the sides? Is he gonna start Origi?
100% he's going to rest players. 100%.
I hope he mixes it because Forest is going to be a tough game. If it was at Anfield, I'd say do it. But playing away, I hope he just mixes it. I hope he don't like Jones, Oxen start with all them players. No disrespect to them.
I think he'll mix it, but definitely some players will get a rest. 100%. Fresh.
I think you play a semi-strong team. We still want to stay competitive, stay in these competitions. I don't want us to play a poor team, and we sometimes can get sloppy in these cups. Over the years, we haven't really been good in the FA Cup. We've always just been really sloppy, go 1 or 2-0 down, and then you're having to bring the big guns on anyway. So I think we maybe drop Mane or Salah, Fabinho, play a strong defense, and we just keep going. I don't think we should stop. Players are informed, they're fit, they're young, they're healthy. Keep going.
Okay. And Robbo, last word before we go. Forest, what do you reckon?
I think you definitely need to rest players. You have to rest players. Much as I'd like to see Liverpool win another trophy, FA Cup. Listen, man, the League Cup, that was enough, man. And my nails, I chewed off my nails. I'm done with them cup thing. The only cup thing I want to hear about is Champions League Cup, and that's it. And Premier League. I mean, you're gonna have to rest players. I don't think we should see Mane. I don't think you should see Salah. I don't even think you should see Diaz. I think you should be going Firmino, Jota. I mean, Firmino, Jota,
Origi,
Origi, Minamino, them four up front. I think in the midfield, Naby. I think the only player, and even though he looked really leggy, I wouldn't even go with Fabinho. Wouldn't play. I'd play Henderson as a number 6. I'd play Naby, and I'd play Thiago again. I think Thiago can go again. In my back four, I don't want to see Robertson. I don't want to see Van Dijk, BVD. I don't want to see Matip. So Ibu, Gomez, and Milner. I think Milner can't play. Milner can't play, right? He's injured, right?
Is he injured?
I think he's injured. I think he has something. And that's it. And they should beat a championship team. They can't beat a championship. You keep the bench lively. You got Bobby. You bring Salah. You bring the man. Because is it 5 substitutions or 4?
5.
5. Yeah.
But start that game. See where you are. They're at home. They're going to be chomping, man. That's going to be a very big game. But
Mark Foster reckons that we're going to beat them 4-0. You reckon?
We don't have a game after that. But is any of our players in them international breaks? Have we got a break?
We got a break after that. Yeah,
a little window. So you know, I'd keep the top man them on the bench. I bring you know, Diaz, Mane, Salah would be on the bench. But I'm definitely starting Origi, Minamino, and Jota, and Bobby somewhere in the mix. I'm not playing none of them boys there in that game.
Okay.
So, you lose one of those players in that game, we'd be done.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. It's been a blast, man. Mr.
Thank
Frank.
you.
Appreciate you guys, man.
Loved it, man.
Nice one.
My brother, man. Always. Nice one for passing through, bro. Hopefully we get you back on here, man. Yeah.
Make sure you come to Friday, 8 p.m. on fixture list. We're doing one on Friday. We got some full Man United man them on it, and you know, some Arsenal man and bag chatting.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. We'll have some banter for them.
Yeah, you need to come to article.
Don't worry, man.
Need some.
All right, my peoples. Bless up. Thanks for watching.
Cool.
Like,
cool.
Share, subscribe. It's all about Cop Talk.